Change can be hard for everyone. Many people resist change because they don't like to get out of their comfort zones. Change, however, is inevitable in life, and the business world is not immune to it. Having effective communication strategy and processes in place can help your organization prevail when managing change in the workplace. Whether you are having an organizational restructuring, introducing new software, or in this case, implementing a new goal-setting tool of OKR, to ensure the change is a success, you need to have effective communication in your change management processes to get buy-in from your employees. Unfortunately, a whopping 70% of organizational change initiatives fail, according to research by McKinsey, and most of the common contributing factors that lead to change management failure can be attributed to ineffective communication. Failure brings significant risk for businesses. If you don't utilize internal communication during change management, then the consequences could include wasted money and other resources, productivity inefficiencies, losing market share to your competitors. This is worse, is reputational damage, and also your employee losing confidence on your change initiative. Okay, so now a change management communication roadmap is the information you deliver to your stakeholders to understand why a change is being made and how it will affect them. The essentials include communicating how OKR implementation will mean for the entire organization and why is it necessary, and outlining the goals of change, right, is important as well, and outlining how employees' roles will be affected by OKR implementation. And also you need to provide a timeline of when the change will take place progressively. Perhaps having a visual mapping of milestones, I think would be helpful as well. And providing help and assistance for employees and be ready to answer any questions they may have. An OKR champion can play this role really well. And you also need to provide a way for employees to communicate with management and ask questions or give feedback. Okay? So messages in a timely manner that is clear, easy to understand, and consistent and relevant to the audience is critical. How to create a change management communication strategy? Well, having a change management communication strategy in place is essential for a successful OKR deployment. A communication strategy is about deciding on what information to send, when to send it, how to send it, and who should send it. The following step-by-step guide encompassing change management communication best practices will help you create an effective communication roadmap. Now, I want to share with you the 7 strategies of how to come up with an effective communication roadmap. First, set out your communication objective. When developing your communication roadmap, right, you need clearly defined goals and objectives. And this includes what do you want to achieve? How do you plan to achieve it? Who will be responsible for it? How do you measure our progress? And how will you know it has been a success? And what will be your milestones? Yeah, so these are some of the questions that you need to think about. Now, second strategy would be you need to develop your key messages. With your objective and audience in mind, it is time to determine what it is that you want to say to them. You will most likely have some overall general key messages as well as specific and tailored ones for different stakeholders and audience segments in your organization. So now, in developing your messages, right, you should ensure that you clarify, outline, you clearly outline like what the change is all about. So in this case, introducing OKR and how this is different than our current goal setting tool. And who is going to be affected? And why is it necessary? What are the benefits? and where and when the change will happen, and also what the process will be to bring the change about. Okay, so remember, your key messages should be clear, concise, and easy to understand. And it has to be written in a warm, friendly, and engaging tone. And remember, you must be authentic, be transparent, and explain what is happening and what it will mean for the organization or the staff member. Explain what actions the employees will need to take. How can they involve, right, in this process, and explain what help and assistance are available for them. Now, when communicating change in an organization, right, your messaging should also anticipate resistance. Okay, resistance can come in many forms and is driven by emotions. All right, so it could include apathy, anger, grief, denial, and resentment. So, and we will discuss this, of course, in another video lesson on how to navigate your employees through change. Okay, now the third strategy would be determine your delivery channels. How are you going to deliver information to your employees? I mean, different segments of your employees have different communication preferences. Some would prefer not to receive email, while others prefer this more traditional channel. While sending through multiple channels can also help with message retention. Consider using these change management communication tools and emails, such as email, right? So some people prefer to have information sent this way, but some may not find impactful. Okay, and face-to-face meeting I think will be good. Many employees prefer to receive information about substantial change via face-to-face communication, like town hall meetings. Or video content. Many people would prefer to see a video than read words, right, on a page. So short videos can be helpful, can be a useful tool to explain what this change is about and why is it important. Or you can make full use of your dedicated intranet space in your organization. Carve out an area on your intranet that is exclusive to the change process and related information such as training tools, documents, fact sheets, whatever helps available out there, right? And also forums. You can have a discussion area on your intranet where employees can talk about the change and give feedback and ask questions. The other one would be digital signage or corporate screensavers. Create messages to be displayed on screens within your organization, promoting the change to keep it in employees' mind. Now let's talk about strategy number 4. Develop resources and content. Create different resources for your employees to assist them with the change. Again, being mindful that you may have to create different contents for different audience segment in your organization. The content also needs to be tailored to suit the delivery channels you are going to use. This can include general notices, reminders, educational material, Q&A, fact sheets, videos, live webinars, or internal marketing material, or whatever that you think is suitable for your organization. Now, strategy number 5. Ensure you have leadership support. For change to be successfully embedded in an organization, right, it needs the support and commitment of leadership. Suppose employees perceive that leaders within the organization are not committed to or enthusiastic about the change, what happened? In that case, it is unreasonable to expect them to follow suit as well, particularly if they are already resistant to the change. So ensuring your CEO and the entire management team are briefed and prepared before you announce the OKR initiative and implementation to the general employees population is very, very important. Okay, so now strategy number 6. Deliver ongoing communication. For many reasons, it is unwise to communicate the change once and then just do nothing, right? Just do nothing to follow up on that. Having a rolling campaign of messaging, particularly if you have a timeline when the change is going to take place, will help embed the idea of change within the organization and give people the opportunity to prepare to adapt. Having a regular and ongoing communication campaign can help you build a successful narrative and help to detail or distill the information for employees so they are not overwhelmed with too much information at once. Now, the last strategies would be to provide feedback mechanism. When you're implementing a change, right, it's important to give employees a voice. Even if the change itself cannot be negotiated, your employees may have valuable insights into what the change will mean in the company's day-to-day operations. Surveys are a useful tool to gather feedback at any stage of the change process and help you determine if your employees successfully or sufficiently understand what the change is and what is required of them. Other feedback mechanisms include face-to-face consultation, discussion forums on your intranet, town halls, Q&A sessions, and even focus group discussion. Now, in summary, communication roadmap and change management, go hand in hand. Your organizational change initiative success depends on your employees having a good understanding and acceptance of the need for change. Without having appropriate change management communication plans and processes in place, you will have a hard time convincing your employee to embrace the change. And I want to wish you all the best in your implementation of OKR.